What is the scariest thing that ever happened to you? I was in the Boy Scouts when I was younger. The summer of '97, we were on our way back from a campout. Our modest troop was in a 15-passenger van with a U-Haul tow behind trailer. I was in the middle seat, sitting up on my knees, talking to the person sitting behind me, my cousin, when all of a sudden he just fell asleep, as well as the two kids sitting next to him. I looked down at the kid sitting next to me, and he was also asleep. Then the van was upside down, and I was thrown to the ceiling. It was right side up again, and I was slammed back into the seat. And lastly, it was upside down again, and this time it hit hard. I had glass in my mouth and felt like every bone in my body was broken. But I sat up after a minute and watched someone crawl out through the window, so I followed them. When I got out, I was in ankle-deep water. We had landed in a ditch at the base of a hill that the road was on. I couldn't see the person I had followed out of the wreckage. I climbed the hill, losing my shoe in the process, and stood in 70 miles per hour traffic, and two cars slammed on their brakes to avoid me. A woman stepped out of the first car and was screaming her head off at me before she realized I was all tore up, and there was a van in the ditch. Then she immediately ran back to her car and pulled out a car phone. Later at the hospital, numerous doctors and nurses asked me to repeat this story. Over and over and over again, I had to tell this story. It wasn't until later that I found out everyone else was trapped in the van with broken bones, and one kid died. I was the only person who escaped of my own power, and I didn't have a scratch on me. I still don't know who or what it was I followed out of the broken window.